Morning, afternoon, or evening. It looks like you are opting to watch a video that comes in more than one part, probably because it was lengthy and we like to keep them kind of short so people don't have to sit too long. So this could be a two-parter, three-parter, or four-parter. I don't know which one you're looking at, but just wanted to let you know if you are on, say, part one and it has a part two, that part originally will come out on a date separate than part one. So just keep a lookout for the same title name where it says part two, part three, or part four, and then you should find your way accordingly. I hope you enjoy and I hope it helps clear up some sort of concept that someone was asking about. I'll see you later. Bye-bye now. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. There was a request by somebody if I could do some sort of video explanation on filling out the function report, the SSA 3373, for someone who is like a mental health disability claim. Again, anxiety, sometimes PTSD, there can be, and depression, irritability, and a short fuse. So I have my handful of clients who have been terminated because they would give an irritated response to coworkers one too many times, or once or twice to a supervisor. Or if you're working with the public, you cannot do that with the public. So you want to be expressed. Don't be shy about saying it, even if you're embarrassed. This is not going anywhere besides the SSA. They don't shoot it across the internet and give it to your friends. Okay? Page 9 out of 10. We're still on 20, and now it's J. How well do you handle stress? Obviously, for anxiety people, it's usually very, very, very poorly. Because depression and anxiety often overlap. That could be the same for the depressed person. It could be the depressed person goes and hibernates. They recluse even more when things look stressful out in the living room. So that's something I would explain. When I feel the stress coming on in my house, I just go to my room and I'll come out the next day unless I'm relegated to bed because I'm so depressed. Right? How well do you handle changes in routine? Again, that seems implicated in both depression and anxiety. Because severe depression, the motivation to even get up is gone. It is sometimes very implicated when we're supposed to get up and do something different. Because we can't even do it rote. We have to actually focus more. And we lack that, as well as the motivation. With anxiety, changes in routine, and everybody's different, but I have seen that it is definitely causes more anxiety in a person with anxiety than maybe before they ever had the anxiety, where they could jump to it with a change in routine and it wasn't a big deal. Have you noticed, this is L, have you noticed any unusual behaviors or fears? I think anxiety and severe depression that puts you in bed, and anxiety that makes you constantly think. I think they're both unusual behaviors or fears. So you would want to kind of expand on that a little bit. So you're probably going to be saying yes to that. Then 21 is about assistive devices for physical nature. So if you do have physical things, obviously you'd fill it out. That's the thing about crutches and walkers and wheelchairs and canes and braces and splints and artificial limbs, hearing aids, glasses, contact lenses, and artificial voice boxes, and other for anything unmentioned. So that, again, is not implicated with strictly mental health claims. But as they say, most people have more than just mental health, particularly if they're over 50. 22 is really, really important. Do you currently take any medicines for your illness, injuries, or conditions? Yes or no? And if yes, do they cause side effects? I think as a matter of course, all mental health medications cause side effects. They might be ones you like, but there's usually ones also like we want to relax if we're anxious, but do we want to be drowsy? Put it down. I always suggest going to drugs.com or rx.com or whatever the websites are that have all the pharmaceutical medications by brand name and generic, and you can scroll in there, go to common side effects. I wouldn't go to uncommon ones because usually those are death defying and you should be in the ER if you have them. Go to the common side effects and don't just look to see, do you have that condition that they're describing, that symptom? Don't pretend to be the doctor and know whether for sure it's coming from the medication or from that medication or this one or anything else. Some of the medications all have the same side effects. It could also be drowsiness because you don't sleep for squat the night before. Not your concern. They asked if you have that effect. I would always put it down. It's not your job to figure out, is that really coming from the 10 milligrams of that, or is it coming from the 15 milligrams of that? How are you going to know that? You're not. So just describe all the medicines and then that have any side effects listed under the common side effects that you also have. So you could have drowsiness under 3 medications if it happens to be a common side effect of all 3. That's what I do. Because, and the SSA is familiar with medications and how severely they are known, some, to interfere with somebody's, lifestyle, say. And there's some medications that de facto they're going to be like ding, ding, ding. And then, but the majority of them people take and they could still work. So you need to emphasize this very strongly. Think about the effect you have depression, anxiety. That is so limiting as it is. If it's severe and like you said, bedridden certain days as a regular course, imagine the impact on top of that of the sedating effects of medication or the ones that make people paranoid, right? Or, you know, yeah, sedating, drowsy. Some might have implicate balance, um, requires a nap, daytime napping. So don't want to forget any of that. They do give you a remark section that you can add things to. By and large, I think there doesn't need to be a lot of additional statements in remarks. Some people try to write a book and attach like 5 pages of single space typing. I think that is a mistake. If you are honing in on the important things and don't write in full complete sentences, this is not an essay. It is getting the substance down. That would be abbreviations, short phrases. I don't want to see, might be, but I'm like, I don't even want to see full sentences. So, anywho, I hope that helped, guys, for the mental health crowd. And I hope I did at least some kind of job that gives you some information better than what you had before you watched this. It was kind of a daunting thing when I first thought about it, when the person brought it up in one of the comments on the YouTube channel. And today I was thinking, let me try to do that because it's so important. I know our mental health peers, the ones that are suffering from things, it's hard enough as it is to try to figure out how to do these things because of the mental health struggles. And then to not have any kind of explanation further. And if you're not one of my clients, obviously you're not getting it one-on-one from me. So I hope this helps a little bit. And still don't hesitate, though, to go look at the function report sections in the function report playlist where you can go number by number, because most of you are going to have physical limitations. They're just not necessarily going to be the ones that will have a great effect on your case, particularly if you're under 50. But you still want to put them down. Hey, stop that. You're going to break that. Sorry, the bird is poking at a sentimental picture I have on the wall that my daughter did for me years ago. All right. That's enough, guys. I will see you later. Again, don't forget the playlist for the general, SS population, where each number, if you're concerned about number 5, just pick up the number 5s. Number 6, you don't have to, it's not one big long thing like this is. Although, like I said, I think this is going to be, it's been kind of a while now. I think it's going to have to be broken up into multiple segments. I like to keep them short. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great one. Bye-bye. That part is over. If you're looking for the following part, if there is one, or a preceding part to the same video that was longer, just look under the channel for the same title video. They are named the same and they just have part 1, part 2, part 3, or whatever part it is. So feel free to take a look, see, and complete the video. Take care.